For years, fans of All My Children have lived on a steady diet of nostalgia, reruns, and whispered rumors. Whispers of Pine Valley rising again, of Erica Kane's legacy carried into a new era, of the Chandlers, Martins, and Santos families stepping once more into the glow of daytime drama. But for the first time in months, hope flickered into something fiercer, thanks to Kelly Ripa. Ripa, who spent her early career playing the fiery, unforgettable Haley Von Santos, surprised fans this week with a reboot update that was equal parts encouraging, emotional, and, unexpectedly, a little daring. Sitting on a velvet couch in her dressing room, Ripa leaned forward and delivered a confession she admitted she'd never said out loud before. And with that, the conversation about Pine Valley was suddenly on fire again. The update fans have been waiting for, it's not dead, Ripa said instantly, before the question was even fully asked. I promise you that. Pine Valley is still breathing, still kicking, and we're closer than we've ever been. For fans familiar with the previous false starts, stalled scripts, and near green lights that faded at the 11th hour, her words felt shockingly confident. Ripa has famously stayed tight-lipped about the reboot she and husband Mark Consuelos have been developing, tentatively titled Pine Valley, but this time she sounded different. Less cautious, more hopeful. We've gone through more drafts than I can count, she said with a laugh, but we're finally at a place where it feels right. It feels like All My Children, just built for the world we live in today. That alone would have been enough to send longtime fans spiraling into celebration, but then she said something even more intriguing. We have a home for it. That's all I can say. But yes, the reboot has a home. She wouldn't reveal the network or platform, only hinting that, it's when you've probably watched something on this week. Cryptic, classic Ripa. A reboot with respect, and edge. Ripa emphasized that the new Pine Valley isn't a simple continuation, for good reason. You can't recreate the magic that Agnes Nixon made, she said frankly. But you can honor it. And that's what we're doing. I want people to feel like they're stepping back into Pine Valley, but with new secrets, new families, and a whole new mess of drama. She confirmed that the tone is richer, darker in moments, and built for modern serialized storytelling, closer to today's prestige soaps like General Hospital's sweeping arcs or even streaming dramas. There will still be weddings, fights, affairs, betrayals, babies swapped at birth. Don't worry, she added with a grin. Some things are sacred. The bold confession, what Ripa said next, caused even the camera crew to pause. Here's the truth, she said. I didn't want to go back. For a long time, I avoided the idea of ever stepping into Haley's shoes again. It scared me. She let that sit for a moment. When I left All My Children, I was at such a different point in my life. I got this amazing, insane opportunity to host a morning show. Everything just sped forward. I didn't realize until much later that I'd emotionally sealed off that whole chapter. Then came the boldest part. I didn't think I deserved to go back. She laughed softly at her own vulnerability, but her eyes stayed serious. Everyone from the show shaped me so deeply, professionally, personally, even romantically with Mark. It felt too big. Too special. I didn't think I could touch it again without messing it up. What changed? My kids, she said. They asked me why I'd talked about Pine Valley like it was a family I'd lost. And I realized, they were right. I missed it. I missed the people. I missed the feeling of being part of something that long-running and meaningful. And so she stepped back in, not as Haley but as a producer. That was my way in, Ripa said. Producing felt safer, but then, things shifted. Will Haley return? She might, Ripa said, raising her eyebrows playfully. I'm not ruling it out. What she did confirm is that the reboot has built-in space for legacy characters to return, not as cheap nostalgia cameos, but as major story drivers when the plot calls for them. If Haley returns, she added, it won't be to pop in with a tray of brownies and leave in 5 minutes. If she comes back, she's bringing storms with her. The good kind. Fans immediately began theorizing. Is Haley still sober? Still with Mateo? Running a company? A podcast empire? A political office? Ripa wouldn't say. But she did offer this. Haley has lived a lot of life since we last saw her. Some of it empowering, some of it messy. Soap gold. Who else might return? Ripa confirmed they've been in talks with several key players. She even shared a story, without naming names, about an actor who cried during the first pitch meeting. They said, I didn't know how much I needed Pine Valley back until right now. That meant everything to us. While she couldn't reveal cast details, she teased. You'll see new families, new faces, but the roots of Pine Valley are still there. We didn't bulldoze the foundation, we polished it. A reboot built on legacy. Perhaps the most touching moment came when Ripa talked about Agnes Nixon, the legendary creator of All My Children. I still hear Agnes in my head, she said. She used to say, make them care about the people, and they'll care about the story. That's what we're doing. This reboot only works if the characters feel real. Ripa described the writing room as obsessed with Pine Valley's DNA. Not copying, not rewriting, but expanding. Nixon always made Pine Valley a place where society's real issues met outrageous human drama. We're keeping that spirit alive. So when will fans see it? Ripa wouldn't give a date, but she did confirm they're past the part where things fall apart. I'll say this, she added. If you're an All My Children fan, keep your calendar flexible. Just trust me. And the wink she gave after that? Pure Haley Vaughn. A final message to fans before she wrapped. Ripa left a message directly for longtime viewers. Thank you for loving Pine Valley enough to want it back. We're doing this for you. And we're doing it with so much heart, it's ridiculous. Then she laughed.